everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea. Today I wanted to do a video that I've done once a long time ago when I first started my channel, and that is going back through an old Ulta order and seeing what of these items I still have and if I would repurchase them again. So this is an order from October 2017, and I do have most of these items still. So going on 3 years and most of them show hardly any use, but let's get into it and see if I would repurchase them or not. The first thing that is on my order was actually a free gift from NYX, and I don't believe I have any of the items from there. There was an eyeshadow palette, which was terrible quality, so I gave that to my sister. There was a blush, which was actually, I was kind of annoyed. It was a dupe of a blush, or not a dupe. It was a double of a NYX blush that I had made in the same order. So I gave that to my sister as well. And then there were 2 lip products, which I think they were more nude colors, and I don't think I even opened them. I just gave them away because they were not the right shade for me. So those are all things I don't have anymore. So the first things I ordered that I still have, I ordered a couple of these NYX single eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Golden Peach. It looks kind of funny because it broke and I kind of repressed it with my finger, so it's not the best, but NYX has some good quality single eyeshadows. It's not the most like blinding shimmer or anything, but it's a nice formula. So I don't know that I would purchase these particular shades again. This one is Sex Kitten. I tried to depot it before I realized that it's like glued in there, so then I decided that I wasn't going to depot it because I don't have time to deal with that. But it's a nice peachy color. Again, not super like metallic or shiny or anything, but it's got a good formula, good color payoff. These 2 shades are still available on Ulta's website. Some of the products that I'm gonna go through are not still available on Ulta's website because I bought them 3 years ago and things get discontinued. Then I don't really count it, I did buy this green eyeshadow, this green matte eyeshadow from NYX, but if I recall correctly, it arrived broken and I didn't know anything about repressing at that point in my makeup journey. So I just returned it to the store and either got a refund or I like traded it for a different shade because they didn't have that shade in the store. So I don't have that one, but I don't really count that because it arrived broken and I never got to use it. Then the next thing I bought is this NYX Baked Blush in Wanderlust. These are definitely not sold anymore. This was the blush that I bought, and then I got the exact same shade in that free gift, which is why I gave it away. I am wearing this today. I don't know if it's just because it's baked. I like the blush. It's a pretty color. Like very corally peachy pink, which is, if you've seen my blush inventory video, I mean, this is pretty much what all my blushes look like, but and again, I don't know if it's because it's 3 years old or just this is the formula, but it's very, very dry, and I feel like when I use a brush, I have a really hard time getting color payoff. So, well, one, you can't buy this anymore because it's discontinued. So I can't buy it, but I don't think I would repurchase it because even when it was new, I don't remember it being the best formula. Like, it's very dry. it's very hard to pick up color. And even though, I mean, I think you can see a little bit that I've got some color in my cheeks, it's just not the best. I picked up a bunch of lip products at that time, and here, I'll just show you very quickly. I think you can see what kind of a color phase I was in at that point. The first thing I picked up was this NYX Butter Lipstick in Fruit Punch, which they still sell these. And even though it's 3 years old, it still smells good. Here, I'll do lips. Oh my gosh, I'm not left-handed, so this is gonna be what that looks like. These are some of the most, I think, hydrating and comfortable lipsticks, and they do still sell these. This shade is still available on Ulta's website. So if I ever needed another lip product in my life, which I don't, but if I did, I would consider buying more of those because I do like the formula on them. And then I've got these two butter glosses, which look pretty much exactly the same. This one is Cupcake, and this one is Peaches and Cream. They're extremely similar. These are good. I am not left-handed. This one is Cupcake. This one is a very similar shade to Fruit Punch, but a little brighter, a little pinker. And Peaches and Cream is very similar, but it's got a tinge more orange in it. Like, honestly, these two shades are basically the same. I don't need both of them. Honestly, if I had to repurchase one shade, it would probably be Peaches and Cream, because it's very hard to tell from this swatch, but it is a little bit warmer, a little bit more orangey, which I like. But I would repurchase these because I also have a bunch of these, and a bunch of them that I've never even opened because I can't even get through one lip gloss, let alone like the 8 that I've got in just that formula. But I would definitely repurchase. Those shades are, I mean, I'm sure everybody has at least one NYX Butter Gloss somewhere in their collection. They're very popular. I don't think they're going away anytime soon. Those shades are still both available at Ulta. Next, I got 2 Ulta High Shine lip glosses. This one is in Jackie. This one is in Serena. I may have used these once. I don't even know if I've used them more than once. And once again, that looks pretty much identical to those 2 NYX. I mean, these 3 could be the same shades. I did not need all 3 of those, but when you're just starting out with your makeup collection, you're like, I gotta have this and this and this, and it looks different on the website, even if it's not. So that was Jackie, and this one is Serena, which finally, a different color. These are no longer available. It's a discontinued product. So, I mean, especially this is a very pretty like fall color. I really should use these more. So again, it's not something I can repurchase. I don't know if I would, just because I don't need more lip gloss in my life. And then this is an Ulta Beauty lipstick in the shade Coral Sands. This is actually what I've got on my lips right now, but I'll, whoops, swatch it again anyway. Once again, this is a lipstick that is discontinued. They no longer make this exact lipstick, but it's a pretty color. Like, it's got some blue. It's hard to tell on the phone, but it's got like some blue, purple, more cool tone sparkle in it, even though it's, like it says in the name, it's a coral color, so it's a warmer color. I don't know what is going on with, I don't know what my bangs are doing. Let's just take care of those. Well, most of those pesky hairs. So that is it for all of like the lip products. And then I also bought a bunch of Ulta single eyeshadows. I did buy it in like an 8-pan magnetic palette, which I do have upstairs still, but it can't store that many shadows. It can only store 8, and it was taking up space. So I put them all in different magnetic palettes that I had. I am wearing all of these on my eyes today. So this is the shade Plum Pop. I do have this in my outer crease, although I did deepen it up a little more with the shade All Star from my Subculture palette. It looks much darker, and on my finger it looks much darker, but when I put it on my eyes, it's very hard to build it up. And it's never been very pigmented. I don't think it's because of its age or anything. It's just not the greatest, like, dark purpley brown that I've ever seen in my life. And then I have the next green, Under the Sea, is on my lower lash line. It might be a little hard to see. This shade is much better, but again, these are all 3 years old, so they are going to lose a little something. Ulta's eyeshadow formula isn't the greatest, so I don't know if I could honestly say that I would repurchase any of these, but they are still... Ooh, this one feels really soft, but this one is Desire. And did I say, I said this was Plum Pop, this is Under the Sea, this one is Desire. I think on the website it describes it as like, oops, I'm gonna make sure I don't get lipstick all over my chair. It describes it as a medium, like a mid-tone matte brown or something, but it doesn't mention, like, this is a very cool brown. That's what I have in my crease and transition. Then this shade is Fearless. I think you'll see some similarities between this and this next shade, Risk Taker, and the shadows that I got from NYX. I have Risk Taker in kind of like the outer third of my eye and Fearless all over the rest of the lid. And the last shade I got from this order is Dinner Party, which I have in my inner corner. This one has been really beat up. This is one that I took with me on a trip to Texas about 1.5 years ago, and it did not survive the plane trip, and I repressed, it was really dry and crumbly, and I repressed it, and it's just, I mean, in a finger swatch it looks really great. But so while I still have most of the items that I ordered from this Ulta order, which was not the case with my the first video I did, where I think pretty much everything that I had bought from that order I had decluttered at some point. So while I do still have most of the items that I got, they're not things that I would repurchase. The only things I would repurchase, I would repurchase the NYX singles, although maybe not in these shades, because I think their singles are really good quality. I would repurchase the NYX Butter Lipstick, although maybe not that shade. And the same thing, I would repurchase the Butter Glosses, although honestly, I don't need both of these shades. I only need the one. But the rest are all, like, they're not bad. They're more like meh. They're things that I wouldn't go out of my way. I'm not going to be sad when they're gone. And the ones that are discontinued, I'm not sad about that I can't ever get them again if I want, because there's so many products by so many companies that even if one of your favorites gets discontinued, you can find something probably even better from somewhere else. So I know in the first video that I did like this, I was like, oh, I want to do this more regularly. And then, you know, I think about 6 months went by. So hopefully I do the next one a little sooner than 6 months from now. But I think these are kind of fun every once in a while just to go back and see what I have actually purchased from Ulta. If I have repurchased anything, or if I would repurchase anything, or if I've decluttered things, and just kind of see how my makeup collection has kind of evolved since I first started basically becoming a makeup hoarder about 3 years ago. So if you have any Ulta orders from 3 years ago that you still have items from, let me know. Let me know if you've decluttered them all, because they've either gone bad or, I mean, our tastes change after 3 years. I can definitely say, like, looking at these eyeshadows now, I don't, maybe the green I would purchase, because I think we all know how I feel about green eyeshadow. None of these colors are really things that scream Andrea to me anymore. So for that reason alone, I wouldn't repurchase, because they're very kind of boring. They're very safe colors. I won't say boring. They're very safe colors. And for the most part, I'm not really a safe color kind of girl. So this is a super long outro, by the way. Sorry about that, everybody. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.